I want to open with a quick apology. I had posted this video, but I had some really bonehead mistakes, so I went ahead and fixed and re-uploaded it. And without further ado, here's the video. Do you like Zenny? Do you like Charms? Of course you do. How would you like to know the very best way to get both in one shot in Monster Hunter Generations? In this video, I'm going to show you how to unlock the quest and also how to exploit it to get lots of money and lots of charms very easily, even solo. As you're progressing through the story mode, at Village 5, you're going to unlock a quest to take down an Astalos called the Thunderclaw Wyvern. This is technically kind of like the final quest for Kokoto, but it's not that bad to unlock. It's just do the key quest and you're going to get this anyways. Anyways, once you clear that quest, as long as you're a hunter, not a prowler like I am right now, which I think is unfair, if you go behind the trees here, there's going to be a sword in the stone that you can pull out called a Hero's Blade. Once you pull that out, you will now be able to trigger the next NPC. Head down to Poke Village and talk to this granny. Now you are going to have to complete a random quest and go back and talk to her several times until she finally gives you a quest. The one quest that you'll have to complete is Tigrex by the tail, which is against a Tigrex, and then talk to the granny and she will unlock this quest called the Hero's Journey, which is against another Tigrex, but this one will unlock the Hero's Blade version for the dual blades, which is pretty cool. Once you go ahead and clear that and talk to her, you will then unlock the next NPC chain line and head over to Yukumo. Once you're in Yukumo, there will be a Wyverian Artisan, which you'll talk to, who will unlock one of the more nasty quests for you to clear, which is going to require you to be HR 5. So head over to the online hall and let's take a look. Okay, the HR quest, let's go and find it, is this one called here the Desert Brawlers. This is against a Hermitor, a Wrathian, and a Nibblesnarf. Now the reason why I say this one is a pain is that for everybody in the group, if you have the request open, they have to clear it just like an urgent quest. So anybody who clears it, it will only clear for the host. So make sure that you host it if you're trying to unlock it for you. Do that, go back and talk to the armor smith in Yukumo and he'll give you this quest called Cold-Hearted. That's the one that we want. This is the quest that you're going to need to unlock in order to do this thing. If you want to participate and someone else post it, you have to be HR 4 or above. Now, while Prowlers are great, and actually I'm maining Prowler as my main weapon in Monster Hunter Generations, you are going to want to use a Hunter for doing this quest. The reason being is that while a cat doesn't have to worry about pickaxes to mine for coal, it doesn't have a Farcaster, and a Farcaster will very much speed up the method in completing this quest. You can throw on any old crappy armor, just make sure that you get Gathering +2. I have Charm Collector because I had a really good charm, but you don't need it. Gathering +2 is what you want, and just bring with you a Farcaster and 5 Mega Pickaxes. Once you have that, you are ready to go. Now for this method, we are not going to eat it all, we're just going to go straight into the quest, which is another reason why it works so well. Okay, now we just unlocked the quest, so let's go see what it is first, right? Okay, so go into the quest. After you have 10 coals, Farcaster back, go ahead and deliver them, and the Paw Pass ticket will be delivered into the item box here. Go ahead and grab one of those, go and deliver it, and the quest will be complete. Okay, let's see all of our juicy rewards. Gimme, 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 gimme. What the heck? That's not very good. That's right, this method actually requires a few additional steps that you need to know about. If you do this quest online and you do it with other players, that third row of rewards, which was empty, actually will get filled up depending on how many coals that you deliver. While you only need 10 to finish the quest, you get no extra rewards. But for 22 or more, you get a full third row of rewards. The Sakura Method, however, will let us do it in just 12. Go ahead and make an online room. It can be local play if you're alone, so that's what I usually do. Otherwise, you can't trip off the flag system to get all the full rewards. So be online, go ahead and post the quest for Cold-Hearted, and go ahead and run in. The method we are doing is called the Sakura Method, and this is actually called that because someone in Japan was watching an anime with the name Sakura and the name of it, and was just lazily delivering the coals and sort of ran across this kind of bug. If you deliver the coals one at a time, just keep pressing the A button. This is what triggers and confuses the game and thinks that you've delivered max rewards if you deliver 12 coals this way. So go ahead and deliver all first 10 of them one at a time, and this will initiate the Paw Pass ticket and allow you to carry coals again. Go ahead and grab another Farcaster. There's always 2 in the box, so you don't really lose anything from doing this quest. And then go find 2 more coals, Farcaster back, deliver them, and you are done. Of course, if you're doing this with one other buddy, both of you need to have 6 coals and come back and you're done. If you're doing it with 3 people, even less, and 4 people, you only need 3 coals each. So it can go by very fast if you're online doing a charm collecting room. So now that we've delivered all 12, but we've delivered them one at a time, again, this is what we call the Sakura Method, we're going to see what happens. And I did this solo, by the way. This is how I usually do it when I'm on the train commuting to work. Okay, results, gimme. Remember then though, again, you need to be online. So make a local online room if you're outside or if you're alone. Otherwise this won't work. And boom, look at that 3rd row. Now that may not look like a lot, but each one of those items is multiple items. For example, the first Time Worn Charm here, that's 3 of them. That's 3 Worn Charms again, and another 2. So that's 8 of them. And you can get even more. And all those fire cell stones that you're seeing, they're like 5 or 4 a piece, so it's a lot of money. Go ahead and claim your rewards. My recommendation, instead of just collecting them all, actually spend the time to look at them and make sure that if you want them or not. Because these can actually be sold for a lot of money, and it's much easier to sell them here now than to go through all your charms later and then sell them. Believe it or not, between all the different items that you get from when you're doing the mining for coals and all these deliveries, you're making like 100,000 Zenny every single run. It's ridiculous. You do this method for about an hour and you'll make 1,000,000 Zenny. Okay, now I want to show you where all the mining spots are. If you start at base camp or area 1, you want to go from area 1, 2, and 10. That's going to be your route to get 10 coals. Area 1 has 1 mining point up here on the upper right, and it only gives single coals, and you'll generally get about 2 coals from this spot. So if you ever need a Farcaster back and top off at 12 and you've never gone to 1 yet, go to 1 and then you'll be done. Area 2 has a Rajang starting out, but you can go ahead and mine this spot here just a few times before it notices you. I definitely recommend doing that. There is a spot here on the left hand side of the corner, but honestly, if you try to mine it, you're generally going to get abused by both the Bullfango and the Rajang, and it's not a very fun time. Okay, area 2, after you've done a few mining, you just pass up the Rajang and head over to area 10. This is generally where you're going to cap out, because this is the best spot in the map here on the right hand side of area 10. You can get lucky sometimes and get 10 coals from this spot alone. Again, this is also why the Gathering +2 really helps if you're a hunter. Now there is a second spot in this area. It's either here in the middle, right by the redstone. And if you don't have it there, then it's going to be towards the exit and the back, over here by the lava. Now if you still need 1 more coal, you can risk it and go into 9. There is 1 more spot. It's either going to be over here on the right near the lava, or it's going to be near the exit. This doesn't always give coals, but it is possible that it does, and you generally usually get a Time Worn Charm or 2, which is nice. Okay, now although you're not going to go all the way from 9 to 6 to 8, you're generally going to be doing area 1, 2, 10, and 9. If you start anywhere randomly up like near area 6, you're going to want to do area 6 and 8. So area 6, there are 4 possible spots for 2 different mining ones. We have 1 here, and if it's not there, then there's 2 over here. It's either here or here. And again, so there's 4 spots in area 6, and you're going to get a total of 2 mining spots. So it's in any one of those 4. Then back here towards the end. So those are the 4 possible spots. You might get a few coals here, but you definitely might get some charms as well. The second best area in this map to get coals is up on top at the summit. There can be 1 spot here, possibly another spot here, and another 2 possible spots here and here. Now you'll generally get lucky. If you start up at either the hidden entrance or the top here, you can generally get 10 coals, or at least near 10 coals, in 1 shot right here and just Farcaster back. I'm going to run over to area 3 to show you what's going on over there. Area 5 is way too wide, just avoid it like the plague. Area 3, sometimes you'll spawn here to start. There is either a spot there or a spot here, but this area is kind of a pain because if you mine it, there's 3 thieving cats behind you that will come up and start to hit you, and it's very annoying. So sometimes when I start in area 3, I'll just hit the spot by Rajang and 2, and then head back up to area 10. Now if you've already mined area 1 and you need 2 more coals, what I recommend is that when you Farcaster back, go into area 4. It's not guaranteed you'll get coals, but when you go in, go to the left. There's either a spot here, if it's not there it's in the middle here, and if it's not there it's over on the left backhand side. There are 2 spots in this area that have possibilities of giving coal. It's not guaranteed, but you might get it. So again, go for area 1 to 10, possibly 9 if you need it, or if you start at the very top, just hit area 6 and 8. And if you need to top off and you've already hit up area 1, go ahead and do area 4, and then last ditch effort, go to area 3. If you start at area 3, just go straight into area 2, 10, and 9. Anyways, you'll get really good at this. So you'll be a pro, you'll be able to complete it probably within a minute or a minute and a half, depending on how lucky you were. Just look at all these charms, and just I can't iterate again how much money all those fire cells are worth that you're selling. It's quite a lot. Ooh, Tenderizer 4, 2 slots, it's not bad. Snow Baron +2 and 2 slots. If you ever see a deviant skill, it's on the second part of a charm, the maximum value it can be is +3. Generally just grab them because you might be able to do a mix set with deviant stuff, which is kind of hard to do. Dragon Attack 13, okay. Ice Attack 12, okay, I'll take that. And go ahead and sell the rest. Now it is possible to get the worn items here, but it's kind of impossible to really know whether you're going to get it or not. After you've done this for several times, you're going to notice that you have a really big surplus of tons of ores. If you sell these, like Fire Cell, I've got 94. You might find that you have several hundred after you've done this for an hour or 2. Go ahead and sell those and you'll probably collect a few other 100,000 Zenny. So it really does add up. You've got the Fukuyama ores, you've got the Fire Cells, Fire Stones, and then also don't forget you're going to be earning a lot of heavy armor spheres when you do this method. You'll probably have a few hundred, so just go ahead and sell maybe 200 or so, and that's even more money. Anyways, doing this method you'll never ever have to worry about Zenny, which is a blessing in this game, and you'll probably hopefully get some good charms. And a shout out to Melf, who kind of reminded me that if you really care about efficiency, there are a small few tweaks that you can do to this method that some Japanese players definitely like, such as only mining the red nodes to make sure that you only get coals, bring in sonic bombs in case you need to knock the remembers out of the sky, smoke bombs so Rajan doesn't see you, and Felvine so the cats don't steal from you. I really enjoy the method for just being able to lay back and do it, so I really don't do any of that, but there may be some rooms where people may be requiring it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this method. I hope you unlock the quest. I hopefully will all get some really cool charms, and until next time, happy hunting.